Hello and welcome to Presence number 3. I'm Jack Peterson with the here and now of local music. I'm the lucky guy who gets to travel all over Monterey County, track down these bands in their living rooms, in their backyards, wherever we might find them, and to record them performing their original music. Today we have 3 bands on the docket: the Santosha Bradley Duo, guy plays a 9-string guitar, also the West Kelley Quartet, and Derek Bodkin from his backyard in Seaside, a professional whistler. We'll get the whole story on that coming up. But right now, let's get things going and say hello to Santosha Bradley Duo on McKay TV Presence number 3.
My name is Santosha, and this is Bradley. We're the Santosha Bradley Duo. And this first tune we want to do is called You Can Turn to Me.
I will be. Now, you don't have to run, no matter where you ventured from, 'cause out of the mist like the sun I'll come, 'cause you can turn to me. No matter what you need, whoa, darling, you can turn to me. No matter where or what you need, when tides carry you away, no matter what others say, you're welcome back here both night and day. You never need despair, 'cause I'll be the one who cares. Remember when you're tossing the waves of pain, you need only call my name, and I know for me you'll do the same, my darling. You can turn to me, no matter what you need. Whoa. You're welcome back here both night and day. You never need despair, 'cause I'll be the one who cares. Remember when you're tossing the waves of pain, you need only call my name, and I know for me you do the same, my darling. What you need, darling, you can turn to me, no matter where or what you need, no matter how far, no matter why, no matter where you're calling from now, my darling, no matter how far, no matter why, you're calling from now, my darling, my darling, my darling, my darling, you can turn to me.
This next tune we want to do is called Magic Happens. And it's all about the miracles that happen in life that I think a lot of us take for granted, like the cycles of nature and things like that. Hope you enjoy it.
sad. The sounds of whales, calls, fish spawning, know just when to swim. How beneath the journey ends as it begins. Can you conceive? Do you believe? Oh, you still sense the cycles of the moon. How earth and moon dances moving too. Ah, to see the life beneath the sea, a vast and great the realms of nature's mysteries. Can you see? Hey, believe it's a harmony of universal heights. Cross oceans out of sight, though you may doubt it might. Magic happens day and night. Na, 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 endless sea, the galaxies of space. Microcosmic life mirrors its pace. Sound the sea and light ripple in waves. A miracle and healing touch our life can save. And you can see. Ooh, do you believe? Can you conceive? Do you believe? Can you conceive? Do you believe? It's a harmony of universal heights. Cross oceans out of sight, though you may doubt it might. Magic happens day and night. Magic happens day and night. It happens day and night. It happens day and night. It happens day and night.
This next song doesn't really need too much introduction. It's called The Wind Cries Out, and obviously with our global warming challenges we have, this has been going on for quite some time, and we did write the song a little while back, so it all fits today. All right, so here we go.
Cries out through a tear-swept sky. Sacred trees struck down while the wildlife dies, and the rain pours through poison seas of waste. Where the trees once grew is a lonely, lonely place. Peterson still shines, rivers foam like brew. Precious little time can restore anew. Seems like all the laws in the making can't stop the sea for the taking. Oh, Mother Earth quakes, trembling and shaking, with her heart wide open and naked. cries out through a tear-swept sky. Sacred trees struck down while the wildlife dies, and the rain pours through poison seas of waste. Where the trees once grew is a lonely, lonely place. Peterson still shines, rivers foam like brew. Precious little time, can we start anew? Seems like gold, the laws in the making can't stop the sea for the taking. Oh, Mother Earth quakes, trembling and shaking, with her heart wide open and And the wind cries out, and the wind cries out, and the wind cries out, and the wind cries out.
This is Never Dance Too Close to the Moon.
2, 3, 4.
Hola,
¿Qué pasa?
me siento muy triste.
¿Por qué?
Mi novia me dejó el fin de semana pasado.
Ah, sí,
Sí, él se enamoró de otra mujer en la fiesta.
es cierto.
Te voy a platicar.
The warmth and the fire in his eyes, he's what I found so beguiling. He's over the velvet of the night, so bright. The music was magic on the beach as we joined in the fiesta. See, forever we dance through the winds of time. I lost into the moon that night after the tea on the sunset. The stars of another's world in his eyes. A mysterious lady in veils then saw my tears and whispered. She said, never dance too close to the moon. That's what she said. Never, never dance too close to the moon. Never, never dance too close, she said. Never, never dance too close, she said. Never, never dance too close to the moon. There are shadows where the sun, and you could be the only one. So never, never dance too close to the moon. You can't control the sands of time, so keep your eyes turned towards the signs and never, never dance too close to the moon. Nunca, nunca bailes ser perdido. Lost into the moon that night after the Tijuana sunset. The stars of another's world in his eyes. A mysterious lady in veils then saw my tears and whispered. She said, never dance too close to the moon. What she said, never, never dance too close to the moon. She said, never, never dance too close. She said, now, never, never dance too close. She said, never, never dance too close to the moon. can't control the sands of time, child. So keep your eyes on closing signs and never dance too close. Nunca bailes muy cerca de la luna. Nunca bailes muy cerca de la luna. Never dance too close, she said. Never dance too close, she said. Never dance too close. She said never dance too close to the
All right, Santosha and Bradley, can you tell us how you guys got together?
Back in Marin, we're doing music together. Brad was calling me as his first call jazz singer. And so it started back then, and it's been some years now. About 4 years after we were playing together in various gigs, we got married, and then we started creating original music, and we did our first CD. In the beginning, I was playing percussion, just handheld percussion with our music, and bongos and congos. And then I'm just very passionate about playing drums. I always wanted to be a jazz drummer, and I had played when I was in my 20s, years ago, and so took it up again. I got started with percussion. Actually, I had been playing percussion instruments and singing since I was in my 20s. So when we got together and started doing this kind of globally funky music, so he'd come up with these songs and I'd write lyrics to them.
Right.
And so I had written poetry for many years and songs. We were both writing our own songs before we got together, so it was a natural outcome of us coming together. And then the whole thing about Brad and the guitar is a whole other story.
Yeah.
He was really, we were funky, and so he was popping a lot of bass strings on a classical Takamine, and we were making a lot of sounds we didn't want to make, and so we created the 9-string guitar. The builder kept saying it couldn't be done, but we had a feeling it could. And so we kind of kept pushing it and saying, would you just look at it again and maybe redesign? So many years after the fact, it took Brad many years to play this 9-string.
Right.
Talk about that.
It was more of a challenge than the 6-string, which I am still puzzled by. The 9-string is more adapted to, I would think of a combo style of playing. You have more to play with, as well as I'm studying piano music, which is another thing I really enjoyed. My music teacher was into that, and now I can actually delve into a grand staff reading because of the octaves of the 9-string.
So it allows us a lot of ability to sound more like a trio, people tell us, or a combo when we play. So that's a lot of fun. We've got a lot of heavy messages in our music, of course, about sort of higher consciousness, and spirituality, and being present, that sort of thing, and working on things. You know, clearing energy, negative energy, and coming back to a positive state. That's what we're pretty much all about. And I feel like it comes out in our music, which would be under the general genre. This is Melody, fits our musician lifestyle, her name. But it would be under the general genre, I guess, of world beat jazz. I guess we'd be world beaten jazz. We'd fit into those categories. So we love it. We did this CD a while back. We really love the sound of it. We had 3 wonderful musicians with us, and we recorded it in Hyde Street in San Francisco. We had created these songs. This was our first 12 songs. We've since written quite a few since. Our website is santoshabradley.com, and you can order it right from us. I don't think too many people are printing the CDs now, so that's my understanding with CD Baby. So it's just basically from us, and we plan to get more music on other places soon. So if you like this, there'll be more to come.
Now we're going to travel to Mid-Valley, Carmel Valley, to a place called Crystal Studios. A guy made a studio in his garage. It looks pretty cool. This is what it looks like with the West Kelley Quartet. Let's say hello.
was thinking about you yesterday as I was driving up to Half Moon Bay. The sun was shining in mid-afternoon. To see you again, it wouldn't be too soon. But I've been wondering if I should take the time to tell you what's been on my mind. Now, is it gonna be easy to see you again? To let my guard down and not pretend? 'Cause the warmest feeling, it comes over me. See, when I'm next to you, I get so at ease. Still, I've been wondering if you would take the time to tell me what's been on your mind. It's not like me to sound like this, but it's been such a long time since. So you'll excuse me if I start to choke. I guess it's just because I finally get the joke. You've been wondering if I will take the time to tell you what's been on my mind. Yeah, you're on my mind. Ever been on your mind? You've been wondering if I would take the time just to ask you what's been on your mind. I got thinking about it just yesterday. How I had a chance but let it slip away. But this time I don't lose my grip, no. I'm gonna let this love fall from my lips. You've been wondering if I will take the time to tell you what's been on my mind. But what's on your mind? 'Cause you've been on my mind. Am I on your mind? Yeah, you're on mine. You're on my mind. Ooh. Yeah, I just been wondering what's on your mind.
we're gonna do a little like a little word play here on this song. So Mark, whenever you're ready. You love to drive my car. You say you won't go far, just to the county line. You're always back on time. You like to tell me I'm your little miscalculation. You tell me where you go and just what you'll do. It's like a master plan. You thought it through and through. There ain't no doubt that you are a little miscalculation. To believe this web of lies you weave. You think I'm just your tool. Honey, you're the fool. 'Cause everything you do becomes a little miscalculation. Try to make things right. We make love tonight, but now I'm on to you. You can't hide the truth. You're gonna learn that you have made a little miscalculation. A little miscalculation. You're driving in my car, but you won't get far. Oh, you won't get far. Now you won't get far. Alrighty, we're going to do one final song here. We're glad to be with you today. My name is Wes Kelley, and I've got with me some great musicians here from the Monterey area. To my right is Pat Skinner, one of the founding members of Heartstrings, and a fabulous mandolin player, and plays the accordion too, but she's not going to do it today. Directly in back of her is Mark Whittington on stand-up electric bass. I think Mark probably has 40 or 50 basses, and he brought one of them with him today. Mark's been with so many bands, he won't even let me mention them all. I think the last band you were in that I recall was the band with KIKI, a local promoter here who has since moved to Missouri. And that was the Fields of Eden band. Is that correct, Mark? That's right. Right. And then in back of me, Joe Go, whose studio that we're sitting in here, Crystal Studios in Mid-Valley, California. And Joe and I have been recording for going on probably a couple of years now, Joe. And Joe's my main winner in terms of finding somebody to play with, because he not only plays percussion, he not only will record me, but he can do up to 5-part harmonies on himself. So it's like getting one band all rolled into one. So the last song we're going to do here is a song that I wrote. And actually all these songs were written here in California. These final 2 were written here in Monterey. And this one is about California. When I was driving up and down the coast for many years going to school down south, I used to imagine that I had one of my old ancestors sitting in the car next to me, and we would talk back and forth. And this was him telling me his story of how he came to California. And so the title of the song is, interestingly enough, California. So here we go. And again, sir, when you are ready. Now my Jenny's packed up and waiting outside. She's too young to put down, but too old to ride. So she's standing out front, tied to hitching post. I got more to take and some, but a whole lot less than both. I guess I'll find out if the West was one. California, here I come. First the crops run out, next was my wife. She took both of our kids and a big piece of my life. But they say in Monterey, those streets are paved with gold. And I still need someone who I can hold. 'Cause the damage here, it's been done. So California, here I come. Now this trail up ahead, it's got fools just like me who believe that the future is the answer to their dreams. So me and that old mule, we keep our chins to the wind, 'cause we know we can never go back again. New lives, they've begun. California, here I come, here I come.
Okay, Wes Kelley, tell us about Wes Kelley.
My family has been in California for now 5 generations, now 6 because I have, and now 7 because I have children and grandchildren. And my mom's folks came across from Ohio, came across the Trans-Canadian Highway down through Oregon and Washington and into California, settling in Los Angeles. My wife and I moved here about 15 years ago, and I came up here primarily having come out of a blues band in Southern California, of which I was one of the founding members, the Delta 88s. But I came up here with the intent to write country music, and did so for a number of years for a gentleman down in Southern California by the name of Mason Heller. I played a lot around here by myself, and then slowly picked up people to play with, and this is how I found these wonderful people this morning to come in and join me. Well, I have a website. The website is
Wes Kelley, KELLEY.bandzoogle.com.
There you can find my recorded work and also my written work. I'm a self-published author with about 11 titles to my name. I've done a couple of scripts. One was a finalist in the ARC Screenwriters Competition back in 2015, and I ghost wrote an autobiography for a friend of mine. So there's a lot of stuff there. And my first album, which was called The One and Only, because at my age I wasn't sure there would be any more than that one. So it's not an egotistical title. It is simply one of forward-looking and hoping for the future. One of the songs that we played was California, and it was written based upon one of the books that I wrote called Timer, which is a story about a very, very old cowboy. And when I used to drive up and down the coast, I would imagine one of my relatives sitting next to me, and we would be talking back and forth about what it was like to live back then, and we developed a dialogue out of that, and that developed into a series of 3 books, and they're available on my website, obviously.
Thank you to everyone for listening to us and being a part of this wonderful project through McCate and the Monterey County Office of Education.
We wish you well, and stay out of trouble.
Thank you, Wes Kelley. Now let's head on over to Seaside, California, to the backyard of Derek Bodkin, a multi-instrumentalist and a whistler.
Hi everyone, thank you very much for joining me in my backyard here in Seaside, California. We're right next to Monterey and near Santa Cruz. And just want to thank you all for joining me. I wanted to share some music with you today, some original songs that I've done. Part of what I like to do as a multi-instrumentalist is I play the guitar, the banjo. I used to be a drummer by trade, but one of the instruments that you'll see me share with you today is that I am a professional whistler. So I incorporate that into my musicality. I went down to LA and competed in the Masters of Musical Whistling competition in 2017 and won the title of World Championship and brought home a bunch of trophies. It was a good time. So you'll hear a little of that in this next song. This song I wrote was based on having an experience in the day job called a corporate review, and it rubbed me the wrong way, and I just got inspired to come home and throw this one together. And this one is called The Realist. Well, I woke up in downtown Santa Cruz in my underwear. Couldn't remember the night before they brought me there. Said this little old lady shaking fingers at me, saying, "Mister, ain't you got any decency? You didn't throw your liquor bottle in the recycle can." The boss at work says I've got a bad attitude. Just because I tell the truth, they think I'm being rude. They say they want to see a change in my philosophy. I said, hey, what is it you expected to see when you hired an anti-corporate hippie like me? In my life I've failed a little, spun a few tall tales a little. I got too close to jail a little, or too much for me. I had a bit too much to drink a little, told some people what I think a little. I got in a few fights a little, but the only one hurt was me. But I learned to laugh a little, make love and smoke grass a little. I had to kick some ass a little, it's good for you. I thought for myself a little, lost a little of my mind a little. I guess I should mind a little, but I don't. May say that I see things in the negative. I prefer to think that I'm just a realist. Whatever it is you think of me, you're probably right and I'd agree. Now take a look at yourself and tell me what you see. In my life I've failed a little, I spun a few tall tales a little. I got too close to jail a little, but too much for me. I had a bit too much to drink a little, told some people what I beg a little. I got in a few fights a little, but the only one hurt was me. And I learned to laugh a little, make love, smoke grass a little. I even learned to dance a little. It's good for you. I thought for myself a little, lost a little of my mind a little. I guess I should mind a little, but I don't. I guess I should mind a little, but I don't. Now here's a song that I'm very fond of. I'm hoping to turn it into a children's book one day. It's on my first album called True Story, which you can find at my website, www.derekbodkin.com. And take a listen and see if you like any of the songs, download and enjoy. This song I'd like to make a children's book from. It's a story I think that's very important to share to young adults, that as we grow older, our parents have friends that, you know, may pass on, or if our parents pass on or someone, we don't want to forget their circle of friends, and always try and reach out and stay in contact. So this song is a fable. It's called The Fox and the Bear. A fox came to a river one day. He couldn't get across, for the bridge had washed away. He caught some fish, he was good at this, you see. And while he sat there thinking, a bear came through the trees. Well, that bear, it seemed, was looking for some fish. He walked into the river to try and grant that wish. Well, those fish were quick, too fast for the bear. And when the bear gave up, he saw a fox sitting there. Well, that fox, he said, I can help you if you wish. I need your help across, and you can have my fish. Well, the bear laughed and said, I'm not too good at this, and I'll be glad to help you out, and we can share that fish. Well, the years went by, that old fox and bear stayed friends. They'd always get together just before the season's end. And when snows came, they go back to their dens. Time to get some sleep, my friend, but I'll meet you here again. Well, the bear woke up as soon as springtime came. He made his way to the river's edge, and it still looked the same. And he looked around, but saw another fox. It wasn't his old friend, but it looked like him a lot. Well, that fox, he said, you must be my dad's friend. I'm sad to tell you, Bear, he can't come here again. Then one by one, the whole fox family appeared. All the big ones and the little ones came to meet the bear. they told him how their father lived his life, how he made his way on a rainy day to meet his future wife. And they'd heard him say how the bridge had washed away, and if his friend the bear hadn't helped him there, they'd not be here today. That fox then said, "Bear, come and live with us. We made you a nice big warm den, so don't you make a fuss. Make our home yours too, and we'll catch you fish for you. You see, not only were you my dad's friend, you're our family too." I get choked up on my own song. This song is a song I wrote back when I was playing drums with a psychedelic jam band, and we had a lot of fun, wrote some great tunes, and this is one that I like to perform on guitar. And it's kind of just a metaphor for keeping track of your life and doing good deeds. This is called Paper Hand. Desire for things. Did your silver spoon turn to diamond ring? Was that your plan for this lifespan on a paper hand? You'll show no go, and you did your best to make that family grow. Now you're all alone. Life's one night stand on a paper hand. What's that? Did you do something wrong behind the back? Well, don't pick up and go when it's time to show your paper hand. Leave room to grow everywhere you go. Write down that plan for this lifespan on a paper hand. Did you feed the poor? Or maybe help a stranger come through your door? There's some give and take in that life we make on a paper hand. Leave room to grow everywhere you go. Write down that plan for this lifespan on your paper hand. Leave room to grow everywhere you go. Write down that plan for this lifespan on a paper hand. Thank you. My name is Derek Bodkin, and I am a multi-instrumentalist and have been playing around the Bay Area for some time. I used to work down in Hollywood, did a lot of voiceover work, and worked on some TV shows and post-production. And I decided to have a life change and move up from there when I fell in love with the Santa Cruz surf and the general vibe of the people there. And then exploring more of the area, of course, Big Sur, Monterey, and where I live here in Seaside. I just found a place for myself where also music was well received. So I have an eclectic sound, and it's been working well up here. And through the years of traveling in the jam band and festival scene and bluegrass scene, I've made some good friends. And so I'm in a band that I like to head up called Hovering Bread Cat. Now, if you're wondering what Hovering Bread Cat is, if you take a cat, you drop it, it always lands on its feet. If you drop a piece of buttered bread, it lands always buttered side down. What happens if you tie a piece of buttered bread to the back of a cat? And basically, it's a terrible joke, and but kind of like an engineering area of uncertainty, and the pool will create something that's floating and hovering and uncertain. And that's kind of the band I'm in. We probably perform more than we practice because we like to improv on stage. So we have a lot of fun with that. I have some good friends in that band. The bass player, his name's Brian Vandermark. He's an excellent bassist, and he likes to brew good beer. There's Tommy Knowles. He's the guitarist, and he lives right here in Seaside with me. And he's also the Monterey Bay Aquarium's jellyfish expert. We've got Harry Thomas. He's an absolutely fantastic songwriter himself. But in the band, he plays the harmonica and sings a couple songs with us as he plays guitar as well. David Welsh is one of the best drummers I've ever worked with, and he lives far away in Pollock Pines, but he drives a long distance to help us make good shows, and he's a dedicated guy and an excellent musician and singer himself. And then there's Michael Scott Willingham. He comes up from San Francisco, and he's a mandolin player. So when we met, I met him long ago in the jam band scene. I was a drummer, but he trusted me to jump into the Hovering Bread Cat band and play Mando with me. So I'm suddenly realized I'm a very rich man with all these amazing players in the same band together. So through the years, there's been different players, but this really is the strongest cast there's ever been. I wanted to say that we have a couple albums. One of them, my first one, made years ago, finally released in 2013, is called True Story. It's a very family-friendly album, excellent for car rides. I always suggest people grab it and throw it in their car and take it with them when they go to Big Sur. And then just the imagery and the story songs that I tell. It's a real folksy Americana album. The second one that I just released is a little bit of a different flavor. It's called Hoopty. And whereas True Story is the family-friendly album, Hoopty is definitely friendly, but there's some harder language in that album, and there's also some quirky political humor. I don't make fun of one side or the other. I make fun of all of it. So, it's just an album called Hoopty that basically is a collection of the songs I didn't know what to do with. So if you hear that one, I hope you enjoy it. You can go to my album, listen to my albums at www.derekbodkin.com or hoveringbreadcat.com, and same place, and go to the music section. And I have both albums up right now currently that you can just hear them. My hope is that you'll like the songs well enough that you'll download both albums into your collection at home and enjoy them parties and with friends. So, yes, we have CDs. I realize CDs are a thing that's kind of the past, but I have available on all platforms and iTunes and Spotify and such. So, anyway, I am very grateful to have this program come to me and allow me to share my music with you. I'm always a music supporter, and I love that I'm surrounded by others that are so supportive of music as well. Thank you very much. Cheers.
That's it for the show today. Big thank you to Derek Bodkin for performing in his backyard for us today. Also to the Santosha Bradley Duo and the Wes Kelley Quartet.
Would you like to appear on this program solo or with a group? Original music only. Submit your request to rpeterso@montereycoe.org.
I'm Jack Peterson. We'll see you next time.